Hey guys, Warren here. It's Friday, January 7th, 2022. I'm just taking a quick lunch break from my corporate job and thought I'd better give you guys some more details so you keep this in context. Yeah, so after today, after Friday, I will have 5 scheduled work days left. January 17th is my last scheduled day of work, and then the rest of January I have booked as vacation. February 1st I will no longer be employed. So you're probably asking yourself, unless you know me personally, which corporation does he work for and why does he want to leave well before he's ready for a proper retirement? Well, the corporation I work for is a large insurance corporation that is based in British Columbia and specializes in auto insurance. If you guess who I'm talking about, please be kind in the comments. Don't need any negative comments in there. In February, I'll be happy to talk about my experience there. I can even answer questions, general questions regarding car insurance and all that kind of thing if you're interested. So basically what happened is about 6 months before the first lockdowns due to COVID, so I guess late 2019, fall of 2019, they changed some things with the position that I hold at the corporation. They changed the responsibilities and basically added a whole lot of work onto what it took to work through a file. So with that added stress and anxiety and not being able to keep up with the work that was assigned, I ended up having a bit of a panic attack one day and then got to experience anxiety for the first time in my life. Well, at least where, it's problematic. So I decided then that the stress was not worth it. Life's too short, and I need to get out. So I was ready to quit. And then I realized how close I was, approximately 2 years away from taking a reduced pension. And I figured if I could stick it out, it would make sense to be getting a small pension from them monthly instead of nothing. And that will help subsidize my next position, because it's clearly not going to be enough to live on. But I know that. But I thought I'd start off just by sort of providing a bit of an explanation as to why I'm taking early retirement at 55 when it's not actually enough to retire on. But basically, I was quitting anyways, so I thought this made more sense. And I've actually managed to make it that 2 years. And I can tell you what, the job that I have at the corporation is I deal with vehicles that are written off. And when they're written off, we take a look at the market and we see what similar make model is going for in the market. And then we make adjustments for conditions, kilometers, options, and arrive at the value. So at first I kind of liked the job because it was interesting and challenging. I'm good with numbers. I like math. I like cars. So I enjoyed it for quite a while. But I'll tell you, these last couple of years, people are very difficult to deal with on the telephone. People are incredibly rude, short-tempered, angry, and I get it. It's probably mostly due to COVID and people being frustrated and tired of all the lockdowns and everything. Makes sense. But taking it out on people who are working for your service providers, not cool. So just want to say to everybody out there, everybody's having a hard time with this. Just be kind, No need to be yelling and screaming at people who don't make the rules, right? Anyways, I'm gonna go get some lunch now and finish off my 6th last day. And I've got about a week to go. Very exciting. So, some of my background. When I first got out of high school, yes, I've got my grade 12, I graduated. When I first got my grade 12, wasn't too interested in a career or getting a job or anything, so I worked a few different odd jobs. I delivered parts for Lordco, I worked for a sandblasting place, I worked at a glass tempering plant, and a few other crap jobs. Didn't really enjoy it too much, so I decided to go back to school. Went to Kwantlen Polytechnic University and got my certificate in Digital Electronics Specialist. From there, got a job working for Bendorf Förster, a office equipment company. They'd sell and service the equipment, and I was a service technician. So I would install multifunction devices in offices and install the drivers on the servers and do the final adjustments, get everything set up, and then servicing as well. So anytime a part wore out or a machine broke for whatever reason, I'd be there to fix it. Did that for 13 years. The company changed hands a couple times, and I finally left there when they adjusted our car allowance to a point where I was making less money than I had been the month before. So I mentioned it to the boss, to my supervisor. He went to the people above him. They came back and said they couldn't do anything. So I let them know I'd be gone by the end of the year. I left in November. And that's when I started for the corporation that I work for now. I was unemployed for one day in between. And when I first started at the insurance corporation, I took a job as a print operator. So that was right up my alley, having the experience with printers and copiers and fax machines and all that. So I applied for the job at the corporation in their print shop, working with the high-speed laser printers, which was perfect because it was right up my alley anyways. And I knew all the service managers' phone numbers and how to get a hold of them. So I did that for about 8 years. I got tired of the shift work and eventually decided I was going to leave that job. Started looking around. Ended up taking another position within the corporation that was much closer to home. And the best part was it was a 4-on, 4-off shift. So I'd work 4 days and then have 4 days off. They took that away from me a year ago, which was another good reason to leave. The work-life balance just is not there anymore. And that brings us to where we are now. I've also got some experience and training in audio production, recording, mixing, engineering, all that kind of stuff. Never really made any money at it, but it's always been sort of a side thing that I do just for fun. But now I'm going to be exploring that as an avenue of employment as well. So I just want to thank all my subscribers, Matt, Ed, Denise, and a few others there. Appreciate it. Please give the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. I'll be sure to answer them. If there's anything you need to know, go ahead and ask. And I'll leave it on that. I'll do another video probably this weekend. And we'll see what happens.